If you've never replaced one of these sight glasses, as is true for me, come on along, let's get this job done. Looks pretty simple, and this one's cracked and leaking. So let's go ahead and do it. So, just so we're all on the same page, I bought these sight glasses off of eBay, and I think they're on Amazon too. I don't know, ran me about 10, 12, 15 bucks maybe. But came with the seal for the inside and the sight glass itself, and then 2 new screws for the top, which looks like we could use. These were bought for Yamaha. I don't know if it was that Yamaha, or I don't know. I've had a bunch of XJ650s and didn't know if the 750, yeah, it could definitely use it. So I'm not telling you that all these are the same, but if you look in the picture, the Yamaha ones that I ordered from, in the background it says Honda on the package. Just to prove my point, I actually went ahead, we're working on the V65 Sabre here, went ahead and ordered the exact same, from the exact same supplier, the ones for the Honda specifically, and they came in wrapped the same way, and look at that. Whoa, the wind's pretty strong today. Exactly the same part. So I've got plenty to do, plenty of parts, and I like to get parts before I rip into a project. Then I can kind of tell what's going on before I get into it. So anyway, since mine is completely busted and I already pulled the fluid out of here, we don't have to worry about taking this off, which we will anyway, but I can probably rip this out from just puncturing this. And the other thing you can do is take off the top, which, like I said, we're going to anyway, and push it out from the inside. So I guess we're gonna set these screws aside. I will always keep old screws because you never know when you're gonna need one for a bike. And even though these aren't the prettiest, it'd be nice to put nice ones on here and then use these somewhere else. If you let your bike sit outside and you don't have stainless steel screws, they will rust, and that's just not fun. But we'll have to get our stuff inside, and now we have new screws to put in. So I'm going to open this up, pull out the cap. I don't know what this is called, plastic thing, the diaphragm. Rubber diaphragm's in good condition. And then there's what we sucked out. Like I said, it's disgusting. We're changing the fluid anyway, and I didn't suck it out so that it get onto that hole. It's still covering that hole, so we're not letting air in the system. It's getting close though. So here is our window, and you can see on this side we can push straight through from that side. So I don't know if this is gonna be easy or hard to push out. So time to try that. This sucker's delicate. Started pushing from the inside and I busted right through. So I guess we'll just dig this out. Try not to get too much crap. Yeah, this is gonna break right out. Guess we'll just pry it out. There we go. That wasn't too hard. So there's our old, there's our old lens. That came out real easy. And then I guess this metal outer ring, that gets pried out. And then there should be, let's see, I'll just drop that on the ground. Wonder how easily this will come out. Well, I'm replacing the seal anyway. It's interesting. I don't know what this stays in, I think. Running around to all the other ones that I have, it looks like the whole casing, this one's gonna die too. This one's rough. Oh man, that's my clutch side. So I need to replace this one too, apparently. But it looks like I can push out the metal that's in here. I think that's the whole cup, like even including this slot. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and just bend this slot out. If I don't, then I ruin this. And look how clean it is. It's great. So if I break this, if I pry this out and it breaks, then I guess I ruined this master and I have to put a new one on. But yeah, it's great. I just noticed this one, like, it's not broken, but it feels just like It's almost like the brake fluid's on the outside too. So great. Gotta do that one. Yep, she popped right out. There's the metal inside. And I think just with the new one, it's all one piece. Maybe this was two at one point, but now it's busted. So it looks like our seal goes in there. So I'll pull that out. Looks like that's the seal that's in there now. And we'll go from there. All right, first that came out. I guess that's the glue that was holding maybe the window itself and the metal part together. And that's why it wasn't together anymore, because it just came out. And then our gasket. This is starting to look like I know what I'm doing. Here's our gasket that I was able to free. You can use a pick for this job, or as I'm doing, a screwdriver. Small screwdriver if you can get it and get around. So there is our O-ring or our seal. So now I'm just going to clean this up with some rag and brake cleaner and install the new one. And I'll just get you a good look at what came out. So there's our outer glass, plexiglass, I think. It's really corroded. So there's that, and then there's the inside, the metal. So that's supposed to be in there. And then this, yes, I think this was just part of that. And then there's our seal, which actually feels pretty good. Surprisingly, that it's been sitting next to brake fluid for quite a while. But I'm not gonna reuse it since we have new parts. Why would you reuse it? It's just gonna give you issues. So, old stuff out. I got her all cleaned up. There's a little bit of staining up there on the top, but I'm not really getting it scraped off. So I don't think it's gonna be a problem with my install. So here's my new O-ring gasket here. So we're just gonna slide that and pop that in the groove. It's pretty straightforward once I get it in there. Now that's seated in there, looking good, looking fine. I'm actually gonna take a paper towel and start sopping up the old fluid in here because it is gross. And I pulled out basically what I can from using the syringe. So I'm gonna clean this out so that I'm not like getting crappy junk in my new window. And then what happens is, now most times people break these. I've heard buy two because you might break one the first time. So we're gonna try not to do that. But I found a socket that's about exactly the same size as it. And I'm just gonna line it up, basically get it lined up. I have a hammer here. I'm gonna lightly tap it in, and then we should be good to go. That's all we gotta do. That's it, guys, that's it. I'm gonna say this is probably one of the nicest masters I've ever worked on. Now, I haven't put a new one on, but this cleaned up so pretty. A little bit of dirt down in that corner. I might try to etch that out, but really, I'm not too worried about it. It looks beautiful in there. So we're gonna press in our window. Okay, this is what we got. I got it right here. There's the inside. Obviously, don't put it in backwards. Let's see how hard this really is. So, line it up. It's supposed to fit. I kind of hope it fits. Line it up. Alright. I'm about to drop it. Actually, I did drop it. Okay. Luckily, it caught it on my towel there. So this should fit. Pressed right in there. I'm going to do this very carefully. I don't know if I can get it started. I guess I'll just line it up like that. Try tapping it in. I'm actually beginning to wonder if this metal ring here does need to come out. Because I thought there was a nice little groove for that to sit in. But I don't think that groove is actually supposed to be there. That would make sense that this is still part of the window. So let me see if that comes out. Then this would fit right in. Wow. That ring just popped right out. And look at the dirt that I need to clean up right now. And then our seal is just sitting right in here. So yeah, I'll clean this up it fell out and it rolled across it's way over there. So yeah, I'm glad I figured that out because that would have never fit. So one more surface to clean. Then we'll put our seal O-ring back in. And then we'll press it in. Should be easy peasy from here. Now we're ready to go. Everybody's all cleaned up in there. So I will say, now these are not OEM. I'm not sure if OEM even makes these anymore, but I see why they kind of fail. They just feel very cheaply made. I mean, it's just a little, like a plexiglass window. So there, I just want to press it in straight. I will get my force here on it, straighten it, press it down in, and it should be good. Now, it appears that I may have failed on my first attempt here. I did not get it pressed in straight. This looks great. So a little bit less than half of it looks perfect. And then I tried to like just sit on this edge and push this in. So apparently I'm not lined up here. So I don't think that's gonna seal correctly. And I don't know if I can get this out without destroying it. So I'm gonna try to go in from behind and maybe push one side out, push the good side out. Maybe I can get it to pop out again and try again. But hopefully I didn't destroy the whole thing. Well, if you don't succeed the first time, try again. Well, if I haven't destroyed this, I just kind of softly put it in with my hands and kind of worked it around and kind of got it started just with my fingers. I think that was the ticket. Now I think I can, now that the edges started, I believe I can pound it in carefully now with the socket. I'm gonna end this video here and say that we were successful. I feel like we're seated all around here. It looks fine. Get a good look at everything. If I didn't destroy this, then we're good. I did end up finishing it, this edge a little bit. I had to pound it in a little. I just used the hammer itself. So hopefully we're all good. Now we're gonna do our brake flush with fresh .4 fluid, and we're gonna push that down through the brake calipers. So like I said, hopefully those don't need cleaned, and once I put new fluid in, it's good to go. Yeah, so if this leaks, you'll see it on a different video. Catch you later.